What's up, everybody? We're here on FreeCodeCamp.org doing a daily coding challenge for September 18th, 2025. The challenge is called Fill the Tank. Given the size of a fuel tank, the current fuel level, and the price per gallon, return the cost to fill the tank all the way. This is a familiar scenario if you've ever lived on a budget and you need to drive to work. You need to figure out how much it costs to fill your car's fuel tank. But we could look at these definitions here, but this video shouldn't be long. The tank size is the total capacity of the tank in gallons. The fuel level is the current amount of fuel of the tank in gallons. The price per gallon is the cost of 1 gallon of fuel. And here's an important one. The returned value should be rounded to 2 decimal places in the format of a string starting with a $sign. I'm guessing 1 or more digits, a decimal, and then specifically 2 digits so that it shows up like a dollar value. Looking at our test cases, yeah, nothing looks out of the ordinary. We do need to handle when our tank is already full, but I don't think that should be a problem. Let's go ahead and begin. So we'll want to find the difference between the tank size and the fuel level. And this will be the amount of fuel we need to fill the tank. Then we need to multiply the fuel need variable, that difference, with the price per gallon, and that will get us our cost. And I misspelled that. There we go. Now that we have our cost, we should know that this is a really raw value, like it isn't formatted with 2 numbers after the decimal. Looking at our test cases, we'll end up with some result here with multiple numbers after the decimal. So we need to round that to have 2 numbers after the decimal. And we can do that with the toFixed method. The toFixed method is provided by the number prototype in JavaScript. And what this does is it takes our argument and puts that many numbers after the decimal and rounds the rest of the numbers. I think this is the main goal of this exercise, is just to find a way to format our number with 2 decimal places, because the only thing else that's left to do is put a $sign at the beginning of it. What's going on here is that we have a number, we are concatenating it with a string, and this resulting value is a string. And we can return this. And that should be our solution, unless I made a silly mistake up here. But hold your breath, we'll see you in a second. All right. Kool-Aid Man says, oh yeah. So I think that's a perfectly good solution. Nothing important to change about it. I can show you what I would probably do if I was coding this by myself and I wasn't explaining it to you, because we're doing a step-by-step process to arrive at the value we want. But we don't necessarily need to go step-by-step linearly like that. We could also, add a calculation here that makes this calculation more dense, but it's not too bad, I don't think. Also, we could do away with our cost variable. When we do that, we just need to add parentheses here so that some value between this parentheses is going to result to a number that toFixed can be called on. And we have something like this, to make it more readable, we could do that. And that will be perfectly acceptable too. I think I would do something like this, and just to show you that is a solution. We could also use a template literal string, and that's something I might do. So I will take this and cut it, and we can talk about template strings. So we have a backtick and a backtick. In between the backticks, we can have some text. Start there, some text, and then we can plug variables into this here using a $sign and curly brace, and then a closing curly brace, and then here is some other text. Be forewarned though that using a template literal string, it preserves all white space within the text area. It won't care about white space in the variable section. This hole we plugged with the $sign and curly braces, we could have as much white space as we want. This will show up the same. But if I were to reset this and did the same thing in the text area, this is going to show up exactly how you see it. And it's going to even preserve these spaces beforehand. So you're going to wind up with some text up here, 1, 2, 3, 4 empty lines, and then some text that starts at the third space on the fourth line here. So be careful of that, but we don't have to worry about that right now, because to get our stuff outputting the way we want for this challenge, we just need, you'll notice, hey, this $sign is red. This is broken. Why can't I do a $sign? Well, you notice template strings use the $sign really specifically. So we just have to escape it with a backslash. This is going to show up just a $sign. We're not going to see that backslash, but this is just telling the template string like, hey, I actually want a $sign. I'm not starting to type a data spot like this. I'll have to look up the term for the area that the variable goes into, the data goes into in a template literal string. I don't even know what to call that. I've never had to say it. Now I've pasted our calculation in here, and this would be a solution too. I might do it like this so the calculation is all on one line if there's space for it. And that's, that looks good to me. And it is another solution. So I'll always try to give you, even on a really simple challenge like this, I'll always try to give you some different options and ways to think about it. Maybe introduce you to a concept that you don't use very much, like the template literal string. But yeah, trying to do my best here. So if you like this video, if you learned something from it, if it helped you, please drop a like. Click the like button on the video. That helps this brand new channel of mine out a lot. If you can stand the sound of my voice and the way I describe things, please feel free to subscribe to the channel. That'll help me out even more. Yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you again for watching, and I'll talk at you later.